actually at Orange, we do a lot in that space.
Sure. I mean,
that's true.
I think Twitter is for sure willing to engage with others, and as I said, the overarching goal is to have Twitter be a positive force for civilization, and so if you're on the platform and you're being harassed or bullied or whatever, obviously that's a negative experience. So what we're doing is we call it sort of freedom of speech, but not freedom of reach, which is that yes, you can say offensive things, but then your content is going to get downrated. So if you're a jerk, your reach will drop. So yeah, I think that's the right thing.
And Antoine, I don't know if you will be competing with L'Oréal to launch the future fragrance for Elon Musk and the brand, Musk, so you have to compete very hard. Yeah. But maybe, I know that you had already the lunch, but there is now the dessert, so you can put your question.
All right. First of all, in the name of Le Groupe Les Échos Le Parisien, thank you very much for being here.
Yeah.
This group is a co-host of VivaTech, and it's great to have you and welcome.
Thank you.
So, change of subject from Twitter. At LVMH, our oldest maison is called Clos des Lambrais. I saw you enjoyed good wine.
Yeah.
It's 650 years old.
Wow.
Louis Vuitton was founded in 1854. Our most ancient American maison, Tiffany, was founded in 1837. The sum of the years of existence of all our maisons at LVMH is 8,393 years old.
Wow.
Tesla is a teenager, right?
Yes, yes.
19 years old.
Yeah.
And its market cap is already higher than LVMH.
So it's not a question of age.
Yeah.
So, first question, how much longer are you going to make us look so bad? Second question, more serious, do you feel the creation of value is more challenging in traditional or innovative business?
Well, first of all, it's an honor to be here and speak with you, so thanks for having me. Evaluations are a strange thing because, sometimes I've said, hey, I think the stock price is too high at Tesla, and then the stock price goes up. I'm like, okay.
So if you tweet, is it going up or down?
No, the crazy thing, when I've tweeted, I think the stock price is too high, almost always it goes up. So, I don't know, it's a strange thing. So, I guess in the case of Tesla, if the value of the company is primarily on the basis of autonomy. So, in my opinion, because if you look at our total vehicle output, it's it'll be almost 2 million vehicles this year or something like that. But that's still only 2% of total vehicle production. So then why is our market cap so high? And it's because the potential for autonomy is the value of autonomy is so high that even if you have a discounted percentage probability of autonomy happening, that is still incredibly valuable. So the average passenger car is used only about 10 hours a week, so an average of about 1.5 hours a day. But if you have an autonomous robo-taxi, the utility might be 50 or 60 hours a week out of 168 hours. So now you've got a vehicle that costs the same but has 5 times the utility. So it's so gigantic a change that that's really, I think, the main driver of our value. Although I've said this before, I think we will solve autonomy soon.
Did you expect that Tesla will be at this level of market cap?
No, I did not expect Tesla would be at this level of market cap.
Because it's just extraordinary. Unfair, by the way.
I mean, I don't set the price, so...
Yeah, you don't set.
Maybe just another quick question. I tried Midjourney the other day.
Yeah, Midjourney's amazing.
Right, and I asked the software to make a Louis Vuitton advertising campaign with only 2 words. So here it's a bad question for you, Maurice, right?
If you want to put me out of a job...
That was my question. Do you feel this advertising production industry is going to be threatened by AI?
Be careful. Be careful.
Not at all. It's totally safe. I mean, AI is definitely going to be a massive disruptive force. I mean, AI is probably the most disruptive technology ever. I mean, the crazy thing is that, you know, the advantage that humans have is that we're smarter than other creatures. Like, if we got into a fight with the gorilla would definitely win. But we're smart, so... But now, for the first time, there's going to be something that is smarter than the smartest human, like way smarter than the smartest human. And as you can see from Midjourney, the art that AI can create is incredible. It's so beautiful, and it does it, you know, within seconds. So we're at. I mean, I think, you know, there's that sort of saying, "May you live in interesting times," which I think is like. Not exactly a good thing sometimes, but we actually live, I think we live in the most interesting of times. The advent of AI, and I actually thought to myself at one point, like, would I really want to be alive at this point? Like, let's say that there is some AI Armageddon that happens, some sort of AI apocalypse. I think I would still want to be alive at this time to see it. And hopefully, you know, hopefully not cause it, but it's just I think we live in an extremely interesting time, you know, because the things that you see AI being able to do now, it's going to do much more with each passing year. Cars will absolutely drive themselves better than any person could drive. We'll have humanoid robots. Like, so Tesla's developing a humanoid robot. We call it the T800. It's yeah, some people get that joke. It's a Terminator. So
we can tweet that.
Yeah. But if you like to say, what is an economy? An economy is GDP per capita times capita. Now, what happens if you don't actually have a limit on capita? If you have an unlimited number of sort of people or robots, it's not clear what meaning an economy has at that point, because you have an unlimited economy effectively. So like on the good side, the plus side of AI is that I think we are heading for an age of abundance, where any goods and services that you want, you can just have. So that's the positive side of AI future, is an age of abundance.
From the advertising side, I must say that we are using AI since many years, and it is helping us a great deal. And this is a tool that we are already using, and I think it will be helping us to do even faster some very good ad. It will be probably long time before they replace the creative minds. Asmita, maybe you have an opinion on that, and maybe you can. Asmita is the CDO of L'Oréal, and she knows a lot about digital, so maybe you can tell us a little bit about advertising and AI, and put your question to Elon.
Yeah, so I'll pick up from advertising and from what you said before about Twitter. So now we know that Twitter is expensive, and we know that it aims to have free speech. The question I have is about winning the advertisers' trust to be a preferred social media platform in the current context where the expected revenue, in 2023 is lower than 2022. You have brought in new leadership, Linda. So I wanted to know that how will we win that trust, and will Linda have the time, the support, the freedom, because she's an advertising expert.
Yeah.
So will she be able to manage the situation, and how?
Yeah, I think Linda's great. So I think Linda's going to do amazing things for Twitter, and obviously understands where advertisers are coming from very deeply, understands the concerns that advertisers have, and I think will do a great job in addressing those concerns. You know, a key part is, you know, say like, if you're an advertiser, what content do you want to appear next to? And depending upon what advertiser, you know, the sensitivity of the brand, if you're, for example, say Disney, and you're advertising a children's movie, then you want to have, you know, all ages content, you know. And by the way, Disney is one of our biggest advertisers. So, it's really just making sure that the content adjacency matches what a brand is comfortable with. And then there's some cases where the content is like, you know, there's not going to be any advertising because nobody wants to advertise next to it. And that's going to be some of the more controversial stuff. Yeah.
I have a follow-up on that, you know, because we were talking about content. You have just made the announcement that there will be ad revenue sharing for creators.
Yes.
Yeah. And that has a condition. It will be done when they are verified blue-tick creators. And the advertising is to verified blue-tick users.
Yes.
Now, if with that, how does that impact your focus on subscription revenues? Because to be blue-tick, you know, there's a subscription versus advertising revenues focus.
Yeah, so a big part of, like, when you say, like, say, how many impressions does something get? You say, like, well, were those impressions real or not real? You know, was it, you know, a computer just running 100,000 fake accounts? Because that obviously doesn't count because the computer's not going to buy anything. So that's why our focus is on verified users, because we are admittedly conflating verification and subscription at Twitter. So you could say like verified subscriber or something like that. That's not, it's not possible to game that. So you know it's real, you know it's solid, and you know it's not a computer. So that's why that's why we're focused on that. Is to ensure the authenticity of the views, and that it really that real people are seeing what's going on. I mean, the sheer amount of bot and scam and spam activity in social media is insane. And we're talking about AI. It's very obvious that, especially with today's AI, the computers can pass every, like, are you a human test. In fact, I think they can pass are you a human test better than a human. You know, sort of you say like, identify a traffic light or something like that. Okay, let me tell you, Tesla can identify a traffic light. So if we're, you know, but even like open source AI stuff right now can pass all of the human tests. So you have to have something that there's better authentication than that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I think that confidence and trust is something which we lose fast and that we regain slowly. I have no doubt, personally, that Twitter will gain back the trust, provided that you do the right thing, and I'm sure that you will do the right thing. So this is something which is probably just a hiccup in the time, but you need to do the right thing, and I'm sure that you will do it. I have two small questions. One which is regarding Ukraine. You have helped enormously Ukraine at the beginning with Starlinks. And I think we owe you a lot, because without access to internet and without access to communication, the war would have been finished. What is your take on that experience?
Yeah, that was I mean, that whole situation is very complex.
No kidding.
Yeah, it's really, really complex. As you point out, Starlink did play a pivotal role because Russia had actually taken out all of the satellite communications and all of the ground communications except for Starlink. It was the only one that was still operating. And even today, it is still the only one that is effective at the front lines. And Starlink today is the backbone of the Ukrainian military communications. So, you know, I thought it was important to help out. But I do hope for some kind of resolution soon, because I think it's terribly sad that the flower of the youth of Ukraine and Russia, who don't want to be there, that they're dying in trenches right now. And I sure hope we can figure out some means to peace soon.
The last question is going back to this crowd. You have a lot of start-uppers. You have a lot of young people who want to be successful.
Sure.
What are the 2 or 3 pieces of advice that you would give them?
Well, you have a question over there?
Yes. Do we have a microphone? Because Elon has accepted to take questions from the floor.
Sure.
Charlotte? Allez, un microphone. Donnez, allez, prenez-le de l'autre côté. De l'autre côté, allez. Allez, go. You have the mic, you go. Yes?
Okay.
Hello.
I don't know why you got the mic, but please go.
All right. So I had a question about all of your different companies and projects in the past 10 years. There's a pattern that I've seen to have identified.
Short question.
Every single one of your companies would work a lot better on Mars than on Earth. Like
Sure.
It's really hard to make a big vacuum on Earth, but on Mars it's a lot easier.
Sure.
Same for Tesla, electric cars, obviously the only one who can
Yeah,
work
yeah.
there. And I mean, SpaceX is obvious.
Okay.
Yeah.
Give the mic back.
Yeah, me and Mars should get a room, basically. I love Mars.
Okay. Huh? No. Now I want that you give the mic.
Sorry, guys.
I was there.
Okay, sure. What's your question?
What is the question?
My name is Nayol, co-founder and CEO at ClickUp. We make AI tiny. So Tesla is one of our target. We'd love to work with you, Elon. And my husband is actually ex-Mobileye, who hard carry like the infrastructure on MLOps.
Okay.
So,
Okay, sure.
Okay. One last question.
Sure.
Oh, more.
Guys, whatever. Yeah.
Okay,
I'm fine
go.
with it. However long you want to do it.
No.
Yeah, totally crazy.
Allez-y.
Yeah.
Hi, thank you for being here. Dr. Arden Jabez, I'm the head of research group, Space Neuropsychology Lab. We are working on the mental health to help humans to go to Mars, actually.
Sure. That's great.
Okay, so the question is, how do you think it's relevant, the mental health, for a human being?
Well, I think you'd want to have a very good mental health on a trip to Mars. And make sure everyone's sane, because you don't want someone opening the airlock in the middle of the night. So I think sanity is very important if you're going to Mars.
Donnez au premier rang. Premier rang. Non, attendez, s'il vous plaît, donnez pas le micro comme ça. Ne donnez pas le micro que... Attendez que je vous le donne. Voilà, please.
We're just going to descend into chaos.
Just a second. Okay, you will get. Okay, allez-y.
Okay. Thank you. So I'm Nathaniel Ackerman from.
Okay. I think we're going to just. It's going to be chaos.
Can you hear me?
Mais attendez, si vous voulez que ça se passe, il faut se calmer. Allez-y.
Hey, great T-shirt.
Allez-y.
Okay. So
Allez-y.
you talked about the European regulation, Elon, and you know that there have been many amendments due to LLM deployment. Do you think, how can we integrate the use and actual use of this LLM in a non-controlled way in the current discussion?
Can you make it short? Thank you. Récupérez le micro.
You're asking about safe LLM use?
Okay, just a second. No, please. He will answer the question.
Was it about safety in LLMs, or? Sorry, I didn't hear the whole question. It's like safe application of LLMs, or what is it?
The regulation at the European level was conceived when we did not talk about LLMs. So what would you integrate in the current negotiation at the European level to integrate the LLM and protect from the use?
Okay. It's,
sure.
Okay, when the regulation has been created, LLM didn't exist. So what would be your suggestion regarding regulating LLMs?
Well, I think more broadly, there should be regulatory insight into LLMs and really any other form of AI. I mean, I'm not sure, I don't think LLMs are the ultimate form of AI. I mean, there's sort of an inside joke on AI of like, who do you think will be the American president in 2032? Diffusion or Transformers? There's an inside joke, but yeah. It's like, what does that mean? But that like might be it might be real. So, yeah.
So we will have just the two latest questions, one here and one in that region. So go ahead. Silence. Vous voulez ou pas?
I mean,
no, if we don't listen to the question, we will not be able to continue.
Well,
okay, thank you. I'm journalist from Forbes, and we have every year we have the palmarès, which is 13 under 30. My question is, what business young people should focus on?
Sure. Well, I think generally, I think it's important to focus on something.
Attendez. So go ahead.
Sorry. I think you want to focus on something that you are personally passionate about, that you personally care about. It's very hard to be motivated for a product that you don't really feel strongly about. And it doesn't have to be high tech. It could be in any field. It's got to be a product that you feel is really needs to be there, and something that you personally love. And I would listen to your instincts on do you love this product or service? Because it's kind of impossible to know what do other people love. But if you love it, that's a good sign. And that could be small to large, any field. It doesn't have to be high tech. But if you don't really love the product that you're making, if you can't, like a good test would be that you can't wait for this product to be on the market. And if that's the case, you're going in the right direction.
Great. No. The last question we have. Wow. We have a French. No, je vais pas pouvoir parler. We have a French saying which is la vérité sort de la bouche des enfants. Il y en a un ici. Non, le gamin, oui. No, you. No, the kid. Ah non, c'est pas vous, c'est le gamin. En français.
Okay.
Qui pose ses questions en français. Tu poses ta question en français, on traduira. Non, non, tu poses la question, toi. N'aie pas peur.
He is asking for Neuralink and about the human testing, and he is very excited. When do you think that we will be able to start testing in our virtual world, Victoria VR?
Sure. Well, so Neuralink is, first of all, I want to assure everyone who may be worried about Neuralink that you will see Neuralink is going to be a fairly slow process because anything that's done in humans, it's very slow. So sometimes people think that this suddenly we're going to be tripping over one's head, and then before they know it, everyone's connected to the internet, and then we're in trouble with your brain. So it's going to happen very slowly. Hopefully later this year we'll do our first human device implantation, and this will be for someone that has sort of tetraplegic, quadriplegic, has lost the connection from their brain to their body, and we think we should be able to, that person will be able to communicate as fast as someone who has a fully functional body. So that's going to be a big deal, and we see a path beyond that to actually transfer the signals from the motor cortex of the brain to past the injury in the spinal cord and actually enable someone's body to be used again. So essentially shunting the signals past the broken point and restore potentially full body use to someone that has completely lost the connection. And I mean, you can imagine, like, if, say, Stephen Hawking were alive today, what a profound change that would be. So that's our first application. And if it's looking like that, the first case will be later this year. So, yeah.
Fantastic. Now, I would like a very, very warm round of applause to Elon Musk.
Sure, sounds good. All right, okay.
No.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
I just want to say you guys are great. You guys are, I mean, it's so inspiring to see so much energy and so much positive energy in the room. So this is very inspiring for the future.
Merci à vous tous. Thank you. Great, thank you. No. Okay. Thank you. We move behind.
Guys, if I go down there, it's going to be crazy.
This way.
That's right.